Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, Canelo, you puta.
This fucking YouTuber. I just fight real fighters.
Time to expose him. So we had a signed contract to fight. Here you can see Canelo's signature and my signature to the right. Claiming he's not fighting YouTubers. Bullshit. Look at the poster. We were announcing Tuesday, February 11th. Claiming he fights real fighters, but he's fighting Crawford, a 135-pound fighter, and running from a real fighter like David Benavidez, you bitch. The truth is you can be bought. You're a money-hungry squirrel chasing your next nut. The truth is these sports-washing shady characters are paying you hundreds of millions of dollars to stop our fight from happening because they couldn't fathom the fact that they can't create a bigger fight than me and you. Al Heyman has made you hundreds of millions of dollars and you turned your back on him for this check. Disloyal. And you were begging to do this fight on pay-per-view. But I have loyalty. Loyalty to Netflix, doing the biggest numbers. And you call me a YouTuber, but you've never had a boxing match as big as mine. Remember you told my team that your daughter came home and asked if you were fighting Jake Paul? She was all excited. You said that was the first time your daughter's ever asked you about a fight. And you're screwing over all your Mexican fans by doing your fights in Saudi. It just shows what type of person you are. And I promise you one thing, Canelo. Any fight that you do this year, mine will be bigger. So go fuck off to your boss, you Ring Magazine employee, you pink and orange bitch. And oh, fix that herpy on your lip, you dirty.
Yo, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that. Jake Paul. Jake Paul has dropped the bomb on Canelo Alvarez. And it was a good move. I mean, because at this point, why not say or show everything that took place? Because if I was Jake Paul, I would have done exactly that. Like I told you guys earlier when I went live. I told you that Jake Paul was going to clown Canelo for this. And he should. Because Canelo now is reneging. If he used Jake Paul for clout, I mean, why would you, being the cash cow, have to use anyone else for clout to another fight? You see what I'm saying? So, at this point, Jake Paul was like, okay, since you only fight real fighters, let me expose your ass with this contract. Right? Let me expose you with this contract. Because don't act like you don't fight. Don't act like you don't fight YouTubers when you had a signed deal that you were going to fight me. Then he brought up his daughter and all that with, hey, yeah, that's the only person that your daughter even asked me about to fight Jake Paul. And it's like, listen. Canelo, if you want to go head up with someone like Jake Paul, you got to come with something else. You know what I mean? And please, pretty please, with sprinkles on top of that hoe. Don't talk about fighting someone and then, or assigned to fight someone and then say, hey, I'm not going to fight you. You know, that does come off weak. It does come off a bit weak. You know what I mean? Now, am I proud of Canelo for not fighting Jake Paul at this point? Well, it all depends on who he fights, because he still has 2 opponents next year. You know what I mean? And him bringing up David Benavidez, sure, I mean, everybody wanted him to fight David Benavidez, a real fighter, by the way, in his weight class, or once was in his weight class. So, yeah, that was one of those things. And with the herpes thing, listen, he went everywhere, below the belt, under the belt. He went everywhere south of the border of Canelo. Because I've been thinking that, like, Canelo, every so often, he does, like, pop up with some shit on his face, under his mouth areas. From time to time, he does. So, yeah, Jake Paul's coming out with all the stops, and then call him an employee, like, of Ring Magazine, like, hey, he's pissed because he's really been had by boxing. And like I told people, Jake Paul is understanding, and he should be understanding how boxing works. It does get shitty. It does get, real slime ballish. It does. It does get that way from time to time. It does. People will say they're doing one thing and they do another thing. Floyd has done it a gang of times. You know what I mean? With real fighters, I might add. So, you know, people will say, hey, a deal's in place and this is where it's at. And then that's what's going on. But look, let me wrap this up for you guys. Jake Paul's going pissed. He's going ham on Canelo Alvarez because of this. He's going ham because Turki Al-Sheikh, the last minute, well, really after the fact, not the last minute, decided to offer him more money. That's why. He decided to offer him more money than he was going to get with Jake Paul. That's all it was. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to sign this contract, which he's known to do anyway. You know, and he went for the money. You know what I mean? But at the same time, don't say it's because you wanted to fight real fighters, because that's bullshit. It's because Turki Al-Sheikh offered you more money than fighting Jake Paul for one night. You know what I mean? So, but that was for 4 fights instead of one night. So, you know, that's also something to kind of, you know, fathom, you know. And I feel that Jake Paul's on a rampage, and he should be on a rampage. But, you know, this counterpunch was absolutely savage. He went ham on Canelo Alvarez. And you guys tell me what you think of Jake Paul's rant on this whole on again, off again, on again, off again, on again, off again, on again thing of Canelo Alvarez. Don't know why I couldn't get that out. But anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. And you guys been Counterpunch.